Hey everybody, how's it going? Jared Garneau here. So here it is 4 days after Christmas. Hope you all had a good holiday. So today we're going to talk about the Boz Scaggs version of Waiting for a Train. And the reason why I chose this is because it features Duane Allman on slide. And it's just like a typical Jimmy Rodgers tune. It's by Jimmy Rodgers, but the chord progression is like, yeah, super typical of that country style at the time, and it's great to know, this type of progression. So I'm going to start with the chords. So, and yeah, before I even talk about that, I'm in open tuning. So I'm in open D, so I'm tuned from 6th string down, D, A, D, F sharp, A, D. Same thing as open E, same relationship between the strings. You can play all the same shapes, but just slightly, just like a whole tone lower. So, yeah, let's talk about the chords first. So we're in the key of G, so it's going to be based around the 5th fret. You could call that A if you want to, if it made just easier to visualize, but it is actually G. So it's going to start with actually this little intro where it's like... Yeah, so it begins with 4 beat or a measure of G, the 1, 2, 3, 4. And then it goes down to 6 major. You could analyze that as just being a 5 of 5 or a 5 of 2 right there. Yeah, 5 of 2. So a cool thing about like old country is that it uses like this cycle similar to the jazz of just revolving fourths essentially. So F sharp going to its 4th, but really this chord's acting like the 5 of 5 of this 2 chord right here. This is E, and then I'm going to A next, and then it's doing the same thing with the 5 chord. So really starting from the beginning, as we have 1, 5 of 2, or E, and then 5 of 5, or A, and then D. And we're doing that for 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll do that one more time without talking. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Or mess up. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. There we go. Got my bearings back. Yeah, so that's just like a pretty typical country intro for the time. Just definitely very Jimmy Rodgers-ish. I'm just turning down the gain a little bit. It's going in the red. There we go. All right, sweet. So, and then there's Duane's guitar part in the beginning, which is... So very cool. It's awesome too because you don't hear Duane showcase the style a whole lot unless you dig deep into his like Session Man catalog. As far as the Allman Brothers, it's mostly just that kind of gritty minor pentatonic kind of searing slide guitar sound. But with this, now that we went over the chords, let's go over the lick. So it begins with on the 8th fret of the 3rd string, D, so the 5th, and then sliding up to the 6th, E, which is at the 10th fret, and then we're just alternating between that and the root at the 2nd string, so it's... and adding a healthy amount of vibrato, so... So that's a cool little lick. And notice the way I'm playing these kind of 8th notes. It's like not quite like swing at all, like ba 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 ba. It's kind of like more tighter, like like when I was messing around with the rhythm of this earlier, I was just going between the chords, just going. Just because I knew there was something off about my feel as far as the rhythm. So it's really just like kind of imagine that sort of like eighth note feel as you're playing along with it. It's kind of like, you know, the second eighth note would be farther along in the beat than like a normal swing value. But anyways, we're going. And then this next part, I'm hitting the 10th fret on the 3rd string again. So that's 5, 6, 1, 6. So then from there, after I play that 6th note again, I go on the 1st string at the 12th fret. So what's going on there is I'm going D, D flat, C, and then on the B, I hit it, but then I do like a low fall with the slide. So, and then after I do that, probably like half a step, I would say, I slide back into the 10th fret on the 3rd string. So that figures. And that's cool because we're just highlighting that chord change at the beginning. So we're just grabbing a part of that chord, in this case the 5th. We're starting on D, and then we're just chromatically going down. And that's a cool motion. Actually, maybe it does sound good if you go a whole step right there. Yeah, I think I actually like that better. So we're just kind of mimicking what that would sound like over like an E chord. So like, or yeah, the 5th on that E chord right there. So kind of doing the same thing, just like in that closed Duane position, but just in this position right here. And then we have, so kind of just that blues, you could describe that low scale, like blues major right there, where we have 3, flat 3, 2, 1. So that's starting from 5, 3, flat 3, 2, 1. Analyze it how you want over the chords, but that's what's going on between that. A good thing to do is to be able to like hum these figures while you're playing the chords. So like an example that would be like, I guess that last part I just went over would be over the 2/5, but anyways, that's how it would fit over that. And then from there, you know, the form, there's basically, as far as I can tell, like 2 main ways to play it. So we're going to be starting with G, the 1, so it'd be 1, 2, and then half a measure of 5 back to 1. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then from there, we're doing a measure of D, 1, or in this case C, but it's at the 10th fret. So the 4 chord. So 1, 2, 3, 4 to 1. Repeating that again. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1. Well, back to 4. So let me go over what I have so far. So it would be 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 to 4. 6 or 5 of 2, and then a measure of 5 to 5 to 5. So that entire sequence would be 1, 5, 1, 4, 2, 1, 2, 4, 5 of 2, 5 of 5, 5, 5 of 2, no, 5 of 5, sorry. So it'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 5, 2, 3. One more time. So 1, 5, 1, 2, 4, 2, 1, 2, 4, 2, 1, 5 of 2, 5 of 5, 2, 5. So there's basically one variation of that part. It's sometimes after you go to the 4 that second time, you just hold on 1. You don't even go down to that 6 before you do the 5 of 5. I've heard tunes do that. In the Loan Me the Dime tune, I don't know if it was like accidental or whatnot, or if it's how they intended. Almost sounded like Duane wanted to go to the 6, but the rest of the band kind of stayed on 1. But I don't know. Either way, either variation would work as long as everyone's aware of it. The only other thing that'd be different is how it always ends before the yodel parts anyways. It kind of consolidates the ending. So after it goes to the 4 twice, it just does 2 bars on each chord. So essentially, actually, once you get to the 5 of 5, it just plays that 2 bars. And then the 5, 2, not 2 bars, 2 beats. So half a measure each of 5 of 5 and then 5. So I'll just start that from the 1 to 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then ending off on measure 1. So the entire form with that altered ending would sound like this. 1, 5, 1, 2, 4, 2, 1, 2, 4, 2, 1, 5 of 2, 5 of 5, 5, 1. So pretty cool. So as far as lead licks, you can do a lot of the same Duane stuff where you're just kind of bouncing between 2 frets. But what's cool is you can do that like over each chord. Some cool things that you don't hear Duane do very often, because it's almost like too chromatic for what you would hear maybe in like Statesboro Blues, or you could do it and definitely get away with it, but I haven't heard him do the sound too much. Is on the 1 chord he'll go 1 chromatically down to the flat 7. And that will be good to do the measure before we go to that 4 chord, because the 5 of 4 is actually in this case 1 dominant. So G7 would be the 5 chord of C major, that next chord. So going to that C dominant sound sounds really good. So listen to this. Now 1 or 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then going to that 4 chord sounds good. Sounds also nice on the 5 chord. So if we're going like, so some cool tools to add to the tool shed. Another thing is just going to highlight some dominant chord sounds right there. It's just going, if we're on the 1 chord, going to that 8th fret, just highlighting that 5th and flat 7th sound. And then just going. Oh, one thing I forgot to highlight with the intro is that just classic. So what I'm doing there, just to highlight that low last bit of slide, is around the 1 chord area. I'm just going from the 5th, which is at the 5th fret on the 2nd string, going all the way down 2 frets to the 4, and then grabbing that flat 3rd at the 4th fret on the 3rd string and bumping it up to the major 3rd. So sounds really cool if you can grab both of those notes at the same time, but if you do either or, it sounds cool too. So here's with just 1 note at a time. Or 2 notes. both cool, both work, but yeah, just some options right there. Anyways, guys, thank you once again for all of you that followed me and subscribed to me over the past year. I really appreciate it. This will be my last post until probably the day after New Year's, so Tuesday. So I won't release a video on New Year's Day. But anyways, thank you guys for supporting me, and just really means a lot. You know, just my channel is still just very small and growing, so I appreciate you guys that have stuck along. Those of you that are new, you know what to do, like subscribe, ring the bell. I don't want to berate you with that, but anyways, guys, see you next year.